Well, I don't know if you can tell back there, but we're getting ready to go fishing. And I'm honestly not sure. Cut. I don't know what I'm doing. I've never done one of these videos before. Okay, ready? How's it going, guys? ASAP Fishing here. My very first YouTube video ever. If you can't tell, I'm ready to go fishing. Today is a pretty special day because I've been saving the first video to go test out the Cat3 tackle. Now, if you haven't checked this thing out, you can check them out on Instagram at Cat3 tackle and check it out there. But it basically turns any moving bait, any power fishing bait like lipless crank, square bill crank, chatterbait, all that stuff into a spinner bait, and it makes it look like it's chasing a smaller bait fish, and it's supposed to draw out those larger bites. So today we're gonna go check it out, and it could be an interesting day. It is cold here in Arkansas. It's like 30-something degrees. We got a little bit of wind blowing, so that'll be fun to mess with. And I went fishing at this lake yesterday and didn't get a single thing out of it. So if I get a bite today, it'll be because of the Cat3 tackle. Let's go do this. Here it is. Here's our Cat3 tackle. This is what it looks like. That's the full setup right there. You know what? Let's go ahead and give it a toss and see how it looks in the water. If I get lucky and catch a fish right here, that would be incredible. It feels good on the rod. It feels like a normal spinnerbait as it's coming through the water, even with that lipless on there. Pick it up a little bit so it's not dragging. Oh, it looks good. Looks good in the water. Got a little low there at the end. That's all right. Okay, so here's the way that you set this up. You've got your swivel right there. You got your bead. And then you've got your Cat3 sitting on top of that. It says to put a bobber stop on top of it, but I don't do that because when you pull it through the water, it's all going to sink down together anyway. So we've just got it rigged up like that, just a few inches above our lipless crank. We're going to see if that can get it done for us. All right, we're about to make our first official fishing attempt with the Cat3 tackle. We've got birds flying over. So let's see if we can get something. We're going to let that sink for a little bit. We're going to start reeling real slow. Nothing. I know it's really deep right here, so I'm just going to let it sink for a little bit before I really do anything. We're going to do a slow retrieve so I can get close to the bottom. I'm using a 7:5 to 1 ratio reel. It's the Lew's speed spool. So I'm going to reel really slowly to make sure I get a good, nice, steady retrieve on my bait. It looks good coming through the water, that's for sure. Well, it looks good in the water. I haven't gotten any bites here, so we're going to go to my original spot and see if we can't pull anything off of there. Well, I don't know how that happened, but I've already lost a blade on my Cat3. Hope you can see that. Only working with 2 blades. We're still going to try it, but I've made maybe 3 casts with it. It's still spinning like it should, but I'm gonna have to figure out how to replace that. Well, so there's a review for you. 4 casts in. We've already lost a willow leaf off of our Cat3. It's still spinning like it should. I am sad that I lost that willow leaf though. And because it's so heavy, you can get a really good long cast on it and cover water with it. So I really like that. We're gonna move spots again and maybe pick up our retrieve a little bit. Instead of being so slow. I'm gonna go over here and hit these rocks. All right, let's see what we can get. This time we're gonna pick up our retrieve. The geese are upset at each other over there. Either that or they're just talking about me, which I think they are. That's not spinning. We hit bottom immediately. Oh, look at that slime. Yummy. Well, I can tell you it's not going to spin through that stuff. It's disappointing that I lost that blade. And I don't know if it was on a cast. I felt a bump. May have been the bump that I felt it on that I lost that blade. But if that's the case, then that means if you're fishing any type of, you know, like hard structure, like laydowns or docks or anything like that, you can't really bounce this dude off of there because you may lose a blade doing it. And I don't know, maybe I just got a bad one. I know that this is an independent maker, so this is a guy that's making these. And, you know, maybe I just got a bad one, which is okay. Because you want a product test. Let me say this. I'm not going to be highly disappointed if I test this thing and lose all the blades on it, because that's information for him. You know, the last thing I want to do is get out here and badmouth a product that somebody has made, because this thing just hit the market. And, you know, it's, you know, kind of in its beta phase or even alpha phase. We want to test it. We want to give good feedback and good information so that he can work on his product. And that's what we're doing, okay? So as you can see, we're only working with 2 blades. I lost the whole assembly. So that means it probably slipped through one of these tiny cracks in the O-rings, or one of these rings right here. And we want to be able to give him that information so that in his next few batches, he can improve on that. And I just took myself devil hooks, man. Forget treble hooks. We're going devil hooks. It's still spinning really good in the water. I don't know if you can see it, but I do like the action on it. I love the spin, the helicopter blade spin that it gives. It's got a really great action in the water. And I will say, you know, it may be the time of year that we're fishing this, but in the springtime, early summer, I can see this thing being a killer in the water because it's just a different action. It's something that the fish haven't seen ever, and I think they'll hammer it in the springtime, in the spawn, in the post spawn, and in early summer. But we're going to put it through its paces today. What I love is I'll say this as well. Let's bring it back in. This is not inhibiting the action of the bait below it at all. So if you're worried about this coming through the water and disrupting the action of your bait, you know, like your chatterbait or your lipless crank or your square bill or anything like that, it is not messing with the action at all. Okay, so that's a plus. That's a positive for this. It doesn't change the action that I can tell of my lipless here. It's just an added attraction on top. We're going to give it a few more casts on the lipless. Oh wow, I've been blown a long way away from where I was. We're going to give it a few more casts on the lipless. And then we're probably going to change to a square bill because I know this is kind of a rocky area. And so we're going to bang that lipless off of these rocks and stuff down here at the bottom of where we're fishing. And then you can see me tie it on and see what it looks like to tie on underneath this thing. Let's sit down and tie on a square bill. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to move the Cat3 down the line because I'm going to have to cut the swivel. I'm going to have to retie the swivel. And then I'm going to have to tie the square bill below that. So I'm going to clip this here. Hope you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to clip this here. I'm going to drop it. Drop my bait. I'm going to get me a good amount of line because I'm going to cut this off. This is going to be the line I'm going to use to tie on my square bill. Alright, so we're just going to set this down. Hopefully it doesn't get blown away by the wind. We're going to take our swivel. Get that off there. Now I always tie. Anytime I'm tying on a bait, whoop, I totally missed. I always tie a basic uni knot. So if you've never tied a basic uni, I'm going to show you how to do it really quick. Got our V. We're going to loop it around. We're going to pass it through 7 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. All right. Again, we're going to clip our tag end off real close because we want to make it look as natural as possible. Now, going for the square bill box. I'm in a tree. All right, let's see if we can move it up some. That's way too low. That's way too low. So we're going to start and tie again. There. Finally got it on. That's what it's going to look like. Just like that right there. Now, let us get back to fishing. All right. Let's give it a shot. Again, it's not hindering the movement of my bait at all. It's letting it do exactly what it's supposed to do. It's dragging it down. Actually, for this lipless, it'll probably make it be able to get a little bit deeper because it's so heavy. Let's see what we can do. Ooh, yucky. See them geese fighting out there? Boy, they're fighting hard. Tell you what, we are slinging this square bill now with this Cat3 on there. Oh, yuck. Oh, down to 1 blade. Well, as much as I want to keep throwing it, I'm not going to be able to. Because we are down to 1 blade. Alright, so here's my thoughts Cat3 tackle. Started out with 3 of those blades right there. Now I'm down to 1. And I'm not fishing wood. I'm not fishing heavy rock. And from all I can tell, it got caught up in some grass and stuff. And I've lost 2 of my blades. So if you're fishing it around any structure at all, and you're not just fishing in like deep open water, I wouldn't recommend it. Now, does that mean that it doesn't work, and does that mean that it's a bad bait? No, not at all. I don't think it's a bad design. I love the action that it has coming through the water. I think in the springtime, in the spawn, post-spawn, early summer, that it's going to be a killer. But I do think that they need to improve on the design a little bit. I think that they need to work on a better way to hold those leaves on there, because if there's any kind of, if you hit it, like I'm hitting it on grass, things like that, and they're just pulling right off. So I think that they need to improve on the design, and then I think it would be a great bait. But again, we're all about constructive feedback. They just released this. It's pretty new on the market, and not a ton of people have fished it in their home waters. So I want to let them know what it's doing in my water. It's losing blades when it's hitting grass or hitting rocks or anything like that. And I don't think that it should be doing that at all. And so I want to help them. I want to let them know that they need to come up with a better design on keeping the willow blades attached to the propeller. But other than that, I think it's great. I think that it spins well through the water. It doesn't inhibit the action of the bait at all, and it looks good moving through the water. So if they improve upon the little things that need to be worked on, I think it'll be awesome. But yeah, that's my review of the Cat3 tackle, and I encourage you, pick one up. They're like $6. Pick one up, throw it in your home water, see how it does, and then send them some constructive feedback. Let them know, because we want to help them improve upon this design. I don't think it's bad. I just think it needs some work. So that's my honest opinion. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Sorry I didn't catch anything, but I was really out here just to test the durability of it, and to see the action of it and what it looks like coming through the water. So yeah, that's my review. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll catch you in the next one. How's it going, everybody? I just wanted to tack this little piece on here at the video because I didn't feel right about posting this video without letting Cat3 Tackle know what was going to be in it first. So I told them about everything you saw in the video, about how I lost 2 of the blades and all of that, and to make good, they sent me 2 replacements, and I'm super excited about it. But that means that they stand behind their product, that they know about the issue, that they're working on fixing it, and they're willing to send out replacements to anyone who has that happen to them. Like I said in the video, I really love it, and I think that you should try it out. And so head over to Cat3 Tackle, go to their website, and check it out. Thanks, guys. I will catch you in the next one. Bye.